Welcome back to the channel. Today on this little bit of retro nostalgic nerdy goodness, I'm going to unbox and show you some of the great pickups that I've got over the last couple of days. Coming up. So the first thing is I went over to Target because I've been looking for the Star Wars retro collection figures, and unfortunately I wasn't able to find them. In fact, it got even worse because I looked online and I noticed they are now labeled as discontinued in the Target online website. But I was able to find the vintage collection Han Solo from Star Wars A New Hope. Oddly enough, he was located in the clothing section. They had a little Father's Day kind of display rack going on, and they had 3 of him on the peg over there. I've been into that local Target probably 5 times over the last week, specifically looking for this guy as well as the retro collection figures. And every time I go to the toy section, it's not there. There's no sign that they ever were there. So it was kind of an accidental surprise for me to stumble across this hidden over in the clothing department. So if you're in the lookout for these and you're striking out at your local Targets, might I suggest wandering over to the clothing section and see if you can find something in a potential Father's Day section. With that, I was also able to locate the Star Wars Escape from the Death Star board game, which also comes with Grand Moff Tarkin retro collection figure. This is the only way you can get the retro collection Grand Moff Tarkin. So pick this up, got it for like $12, which is a heck of a steal in my opinion. I enjoy board games, so this is a double win for me. And then after that, I moseyed on over to Ross, and I stumbled over there in their toy section, and I found this Green Ranger Legacy helmet from Bandai. Bandai, of course, no longer owns the toy rights for the Power Rangers franchise, now owned by Hasbro. Before Bandai lost the rights, though, they put out a couple last-minute 25th anniversary collective toy mini helmets. They released a 1-to-1 scale replica helmets, of which I've already reviewed on this channel, link above. But also these mini helmets. They released the Red Ranger and the White Ranger previously, and right before they lost the rights, they released this Green Ranger and Black Ranger. Unfortunately, not going to be able to collect the entire Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series helmets because, like I said, they lost the rights and they didn't finish the line. But picked him up for $5. I was never able to find him when he was originally out, so this was a big win in my book. So happy to have that Green Ranger helmet. And then I also went over to Barnes & Noble and I picked up this amazing, super detailed FAO Schwartz Great Zoltan fortune teller. You might remember him from the movie Big with Tom Hanks. This fortune telling machine has a pivotal role in that movie, in which Tom Hanks' character wishes he was a grown-up because he's tired of all the childhood adolescent problems he has to deal with. So he makes a wish on the great Zoltar, I believe, in that movie, not Zoltan, so there's probably some rights issues why there's an R, not an N. But he makes a wish on the fortune telling machine, wakes up the next day, and he's a grown adult. Hijinks ensue. It's a great movie. You should definitely check it out. Tom Hanks. It's called Big. But this thing is amazing. It has all sorts of fortunes. It tells you it's animated, the eyes light up, the heads move around. It's got lots of different fortunes. I've went through this thing. There's probably 20 or more fortunes that it'll read you, so it's pretty amazing. And it doesn't really get old or anything like that. Like I said, it's not something that where there's only 5 fortunes it reads you. It reads numerous ones, so this is super cool. Found this at Barnes & Noble, 75% off, on top of my member discount. So I walked out of there with this thing for $7, and this is a hefty toy. This probably weighs 5 pounds, so this is definitely not a cheap piece of plastic. This is solid, but he's pretty amazing. Absolutely in love with that guy. And then I also got this giant 18-inch talking ET. This, I believe, is 2004 Toys R Us anniversary release. Picked him up at a flea market. Batteries, everything still works. Push his hand. Lights up, says several different sayings. My dogs absolutely hate him, so that's always funny. He came with this pinky ring. I don't know the child before. Thought he was a gangster, but I'm okay with that. He can be easy ET with me, and we can hang out and we can sing, NWA songs together. Last but not least, at the flea market, I was also able to pick up this amazing little Voltron, Defender of the Universe retro blanket. This thing is obviously original back in the day. Somebody's probably cut up a bed sheet and made this into a little fleece throw blanket. Not big enough to cover my entire 6'1" body, but it's still something cool. that I'll probably throw over the back of the couch when it gets cold in the winter and things like that. Absolutely love this thing. Pick it up for like $2, so that's an amazing steal. But that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you watching and hanging out and looking at this little bit of retro goodness with me. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know every time I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.